Welcome to my first moto vlog. First time trying out this external mic on the road. I just tried it out in the garage, so we're gonna get in the wind and see how it works. Didn't do my Velcro. Kind of hard to do with gloves on, isn't it? Finally got a break in the weather, so I am going for a ride. Alright, let's get rid of this. Open up River. And we're just going to record and go. Oh, kickstand's down. The weather is supreme. I've been trying to get on this thing all day and have had 20 other things to do, but hey, it's a little after 5:30, something like that at night. Got a couple hours of sunlight, so go poke around some gravel roads and see where I can see. Well, that sucked. Almost sucked worse. Kind of curious what the wind noise is going to be like. I don't have the chin curtain in this helmet, so I'll check the audio when I get back and see if I'm going to need to start running the chin curtain if I'm going to be mic'd inside the helmet. Track this with the River app, R-E-V-E-R. It is pretty darn comprehensive from the little bit I've used it so far. I have downloaded the Colorado BDR route into it, the Flint Hills Adventure Trail route, the goat, what is that one down in Oklahoma? Green Oklahoma Adventure Trail, I think it's called. It's a big loop in northeastern Oklahoma. I've recorded some rides on here and saved them. It works pretty good. I think that Gaia is something I need to learn as well, but really right now the River app is working out for my little day trips. Gravel. Let's chew these tires up. I've not really had any traction issues in all this gravel roading that I've been doing, but I tend to run the traction control down on 1 or turn it completely off. It just depends. But anytime that I really try to get on it, I don't know, gravel roads aren't that big a deal. I think that I don't ride aggressive anyway. So tootling along here at 30 miles an hour, traction control really never comes into play for me. So perfect out. I've got my Alpine Stars jacket and pants on, and I've got the cold weather insulated liners in them. I don't really need them today. It's the bike shows 56 degrees, but I think it's actually a little bit warmer than that. Well, Rever shows 58 degrees. Okay, so upper 50s. I've ridden with this jacket and pants a number of times in the 50 and 60 degree range, and you do not need the thermal liners in them. They're plenty warm enough, block the wind well enough to go without. But I'm not overheating, so it's all good. I really was just too lazy to unbuckle them unzip them, unsnap them out of the jacket and pants because I was running out of sunlight. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wear it as is. Man, I'm really hoping the audio comes out on this external mic setup. I'll tell you what, this Honda Africa Twin is, I know it's a big bike, 1000cc, it's, you know, heavy, but back roads, like on the gravel roads like this, is really good on it. It does really good in third gear at lower RPM, like 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. It's just really comfortable and it's really manageable. Clear, clear. Here we go. And welcome to Ridgely, Missouri. There's like a church and about 10 houses. There's a gravel road coming into it from one way, a couple of county roads going out of it the other three ways. We are crossing the Platte River. I live a little bit north of Kansas City, in a little town called Smithville, and we're up against the Platte River, pretty close to it. And the Platte River is a tributary into the Missouri River, so the land between Smithville and where I ride over here to the west, between Smithville and the Missouri River, is all kind of along the Platte River Valley and over to the Missouri. It's pretty back in here. So remember back there when I turned right on that gravel road, there was a dog chasing me in his yard? I should have turned left. I got up here on this part and there's really not a lot of gravel road offs to keep going west, but if I'd have gone south back there and wound around that way, there's a bunch of gravel roads south of this that wander their way onto the west. Welcome to Camden Point, Missouri. Wow, look how old that house is. Been added on to, upgraded. These little towns out here in the middle of nowhere interest me because they were here before cars. You know, when it took you an hour to go 5 miles, you had to have a town within 5 miles that had a general store, and so that's why there's all these little towns every 5 or 10 miles everywhere. Nowadays, you can get in your car and go, 20 miles easy. So all these little town stores that used to be necessary because travel was so limited are kind of unnecessary now. They're just falling into disrepair, and it's kind of a sad deal. TBH. All right, here's some gravel. Let's cut off over here. What road is this? Pleasant Grove. I don't know if I've been on this one. When I was a kid, my first dirt bike was a 79 Yamaha GT80, little 2-stroke. And I didn't really have any access to woods. I had access to the pasture behind my house. We got about almost 4 acres, so I could run in the pasture up there. Had a couple terraces, so I could jump those. But most of my riding was gravel roads. I would go out the top of my pasture and hit the gravel road behind my house and disappear until I ran out of gas. It was so freaking fun. I would just ride and ride and ride. Back in those days when I was a kid, my parents didn't make me wear a helmet. They didn't even make me wear long pants. I'd be out there in sneakers and no socks. Maybe a shirt. And sunglasses. Had to have eye protection. Had to look cool. So it was quite a deal. But there I'd go. I'd get on that little motorcycle and just disappear down the road. It was a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Try running this with the visor up for a minute. So I've got the visor up. I'm going to check it out and see what that does to the audio. Need to adjust my shifter lever up just a little bit, get the toe of my Alpine Stars Corzal boot underneath of it. And put the visor back down. Sun's still pretty bright. So here in a minute we're going to cross I-29. We are north of Platte City, but I think we're south of Dearborn still. Yeah, there's the rest area, so we're south of Dearborn. So weird. I run this road in the semi every day, all the way to South Dakota and back 5 days a week. It's kind of weird to just be cruising over it on my dirt bike. We're going to keep going straight and see where this goes. There's only a few roads around here that I've found, these gravel roads, that are really very windy or drop down into some pretty river valleys or anything. Ooh. Bike got a little wiggly. Yeah, it's man, you put this thing in third gear, and I got down to about 22 miles an hour right there. Just left it in third gear, went down to about 2,000 RPM and just kind of chugged back up and out. The peak torque on this, from what I've read, excuse me, let's try that again. The peak torque on this motor, from what I'm read, it comes in about 3,000 or 3,500 RPM, which is great. I mean, it's snappy and it'll get you up. But what I'm more interested in is 2,000 to 3,000. It rolls in super smooth and not aggressive, and is really nice for just taking an easy pace and chilling out. What's this? Highway 371. So before there was an I-29, there was a US 71 highway running to St. Joe, and this was gravel. So my grandfather shared the tale with me that when they used to travel between Independence and Independence and St. Joe, that they used to come up this gravel road from Independence, Missouri to St. Joe, Missouri. Can you imagine that? It's crazy. I really am jealous of people that live out west. They got all that public land just full of just fire roads, ranger roads, whatever you want to call it. They can just go out there and disappear. Here, everybody owns all the land. It's all private property, so you're kind of relegated to roads. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? It's still pretty to ride through here, and this bike is awesome on the highway. You know, you can say that a lot of bikes do highway better or they do off-road better. I would have to say that this bike does everything I want it to do great, and the reason why is because I don't ride at the limit. I don't ride at the limit on the highway. I have no interest in that. I don't ride at the limit off-road. I'm too old to get hurt. I ride at a medium pace, and this bike just suits me. It's really, really good for me and my riding style. See where we end up. I know I'm gonna ride home in the dark. I don't really care. I just want to be out on the bike. It's been a long time. gear, 50 miles an hour is about 3,500 RPM. It's right at the bottom of the peak torque. So if you ever are doing distance on some little roads and you need to make some fuel mileage savings, you could probably run this bike 5th gear, 50 miles an hour and get massively good fuel mileage. Whee! Could get off on some gravel, but now I'm just kind of curious how far west this blacktop goes. About to lose the sun, aren't we? It's a pretty view out that way. So we're at 42 miles an hour, 5th gear, right at 3,000 RPM. You can just let it ease down to that RPM and just roll back on it, and you're right back up to 55. This engine is so smooth. The torque feels so good. Everything is just really predictable and smooth about this bike. It's so fun to ride because it does exactly what you think it's going to do. Drop a gear right here. 4th gear, 34 miles an hour, just a little bit under 3,000 RPM, and away we go. Alright, H is going south. I think I'm going to go straight up there and see where that gravel goes. Let's go straight right here. So Weston is south of us at this point, Weston, Missouri. We're gonna go see what's up over here. I love poking around these gravel roads. It's so much fun. See cool houses, see livestock. So we can put this in 4th gear at 38 miles an hour and be just a little bit under 3,000. And if you roll into the gas, you got plenty of gas left. Ooh, what do we got here? Salem Road. Let's check it out. Tiny little church in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty cool. Man, these people live way, way out. Like, it's an event to go to town when you live this far out. It would be cool for the privacy and the peace and quiet and stuff, but man, God, the views are beautiful though. It's just if you need something and you got to go to town, it's like, well, I'm going to invest. This is going to be an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, you know, this project to get to town and get back. Kind of wondering if this road, yeah, this road ends right down there. There's a fence. Okay. Wow, it's so freaking pretty. Hang on. Let's see where we're at here. Bring it back to me. Alright, so we're right there. That dead ends. How much further is it to the river? There's 45 highway right there. Okay, so how do I get there? Oh, there's Snow Creek. Where am I at from Snow Creek? Ah. Alright, I can't go that way. I can't go forward. So I'm going to have to backtrack and then turn right on Mount Bethel. And then, yeah, that all dead ends too. Crap. Mount Bethel. Mount Bethel. That's a sucky thing when everybody owns everything. Down to 45 highway. Okay. Well, that's the way it goes. I want to try to do a gravel road route from Smithville to Weston, you know, to do like just gravel roads as much as possible anyway. Go over there, have lunch, turn around, come back. I think that'd be kind of a cool day trip. Wow, look at the sky. So pretty. Anyway, I was gonna do the Weston research to try to find a back road way to go, and I didn't. So I just came out to ride. It's just, you don't have to plan anything, man. If you got time, you got all your chores done, your kids are covered, just get on your bike and ride, man. You will never ever regret going for a motorcycle ride. Dirt bike, street bike, dual sport, adventure bike, gravel road, pavement, off-road, pastures, going to a riding park, whatever. Just get out and ride. What a beautiful view. My goodness. Which way should we go? 45 highway right there. Dye Store Road right there. I say let's go Dye Store Road. We're not going to be able to see the river. I know where we're at now. 45 highway doesn't really show you the river, so I'm giving up on that. I'm going to try to dim this a little bit. Let's go this way. The cool thing about having GPS maps is I don't really worry about it getting dark or where I'm poking off to, because I got a map. I can find my way out. H Highway again. Alright. Well, my GoPro's gonna die here pretty soon, I reckon, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off right here. Hope you enjoyed going for a ride with me. Nothing, no big deal. Just getting out of the house and enjoying the weather. Good night, everybody. So the downtown has got restaurants and shops, like home decor shops, art galleries. It's just kind of a funky little town. It's kind of like Parkville, Missouri, if you're familiar with this area. Oh, you can smell everything cooking. We'll just ride down through the middle. Isn't this cool? Like, they've really kept this old looking. There's restaurants, bars, art galleries, Weston Cafe. It's pretty cool, right? I love that the old buildings are still there. Weston Tobacco, premium hand rolled cigars. And this is the end of the road. The river is just beyond here, just a little bit. All right, guys. Hope you have a good evening. We'll see you later.